So, it's been about an hour now, maybe more. I usually let it simmer for a couple hours, but I'm really hungry today. This is pork too. If it was steak, then I could be a little more lenient with how raw I could have it. Usually this is really good heat-proof baster. I usually baste. Pork's about done, but I want it to be a little more tender. As well as I want the broth to develop the flavor more. Look closely. Oh, oops, let me guess. That's mostly drippings from the pork. See, I told you it's really bony. But it'll fall apart more and the fat will be more delicious. I mean, usually I'm a lean person when I eat meat. But, for this, I've been quite hungry and I'm on a high protein diet, so I took 2 pork chops, well, pork backs, and threw them in here. They're making a really good broth, if anything, right? And I got some water over here. It's not a lot. It'll be boiling soon. I put a little salt in there because salt brings it to a boil faster. That looks good. Adobo, if you don't know what it is, it's a traditional Filipino meal. It can be any meat, usually chicken, beef. You can use the organs if you want. Usually I just use the muscle though. I'm not a fan of the organs very much. They're too gamey, you know, whatever. So, at least to me. Some people like the taste. My brother does for sure. Take a look at that. See? Let me bring it to a different place first. Let me lid this, babe. The lid is just to keep the flavor. Look, there we go. We'll just turn off the heat because it's boiling. Now, I like to use real good quality jasmine rice. So the rice is dry in the first place. This rice is pre-rinsed. You should always rinse your rice. Always wash your hands before cooking too, which I did because I was handling raw pork. You can smell this. You can smell the rice already. Even when it's not cooking, jasmine just gives off such a beautiful smell. I only made enough for myself. I can eat a lot. Usually I go by eye about how much rice I should put in, and then I lid it. My mom usually does like 2 cups. If it's like 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water, and whatever, right? So I usually go by eye too. And it's always good if you put less water in than you should, then you can always add more, because less is always better than putting in too much, right? Would you rather have overly mushy rice that you can't fix, or would you rather have rice that you can fix? There's the rice. Gonna lid this babe. There you go. And I turned the heat off because now the rice just uses the steam to cook. This is going in the sink. Ew. Crust. Soggy crust. Okay, let's just wash my hands. Okay. I have a piece of meat from earlier. Check how cooked it is. Bring it to the light. It's not bad it's not pink. And the consistency's fine. But just in case, we're gonna cook this up a little longer. Just until the rice is done, and it should be done by then. you gotta be very safe, especially when it comes to pork. Beef, like ground beef, you gotta be especially safe with too. The difference between steak and ground beef is because when you take ground beef, it's a steak that's been grinded up, and all the bacteria on the outside of the steak has been pushed onto the inside. So that's why you have to fully cook ground beef, or have it like almost. You can have it rare sometimes. I know people do, but like it should always be well prepared, clean. And you should never eat raw or really pink ground beef. If it's a steak, then of course go tartare with it, right? But it depends how consistent. Like minute steak should be okay. It's still a little, but you know. Okay, it's done simmering, cooked. The rice is cooked. Although it's a little starchy tasting, it's good. Now I'm just gonna get myself. So the process that went on here is basically a simmering of meat. I basically broke it down with heat. Look at that. Now that's gonna soak for a while because that'll stick for sure. There's the adobo. Usually it breaks down more than this, but I wanted to keep it together this time because, I don't know. Sometimes you just want to keep it together. Could have sworn I made less rice than this, but then again, you know. So. Okay. Bam.